I was checking William Carter's vitals when he asked me the question he'd asked every day for 2 weeks. Is Emily here yet? Every day. Same question, same desperate hope in his voice, same answer from me. Not yet, Mr. Carter, but I'm sure she'll come soon. Except I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at all. Because Emily Carter hadn't come in 14 days. 14 days since her father was admitted to St. Luke's Medical Center with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 14 days since the doctors told him he had 3 weeks to live. 14 days of William asking for his daughter. And 14 days of Emily not showing up. Not once. Not even for 5 minutes. Not even to say hello. William would lie in that hospital bed staring at the door, waiting, hoping. Every time someone walked past, his eyes would light up. Every time the door opened, he'd try to sit up. Emily? But it was never Emily. It was me. It was the doctor. It was the cleaning staff. It was everyone except the one person he wanted to see. His daughter. The daughter he needed to apologize to. I hurt her, he told me on day 3. I hurt her so badly. And I need to tell her I'm sorry. Before it's too late. Before I die. I'm sure she'll come, Mr. Carter. Do you really think so? I looked at this dying man. This man who'd been waiting for 2 weeks. This man whose eyes filled with hope every time a door opened. This man who was running out of time. Yes, I lied. I really think so. Because what else could I say? That his daughter might never come? That some wounds are too deep to heal? That some apologies come too late? I couldn't say that. Not to a dying man. So I lied, and I watched him wait, and I watched him hope, and I watched the days slip away, one by one, while Emily never came. Have you ever wanted to apologize to someone but ran out of time? Leave a comment about forgiveness and second chances. And if this story moves you, subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. It all started 3 weeks earlier, October 12th, 2018, Friday afternoon, 3:47 p.m. I was working the oncology unit at St. Luke's Medical Center in Atlanta when they admitted William Carter, 61 years old, stage 4 pancreatic cancer with metastasis to his liver, given 3 to 4 weeks to live, maybe less. He came up from the emergency room, severe abdominal pain, jaundice, weight loss of 43 pounds in 6 weeks. A social worker named Patricia Green was with him during admission, not family. A social worker. That told me something right away. Mr. Carter lives alone, Patricia explained while we were getting him settled in room 624. No spouse, parents deceased, 1 daughter, but they're estranged. Estranged. That word. It means so many things. Separated, distant, disconnected, cut off. How estranged? I asked carefully. Patricia lowered her voice. They haven't spoken in 7 years. Since Emily was 23. Something happened. Something bad. Mr. Carter won't talk about it. Just says he made a terrible mistake and Emily won't forgive him. Does she know he's sick? We called her. Left 3 messages. She hasn't called back. 3 messages. And no response. I looked at William lying in that hospital bed. He was conscious, alert, listening to every word we said. When he saw me looking, he turned his face away. Ashamed, maybe. Or heartbroken. Or both. Over the next few hours, I learned more about William Carter. He'd been an accountant for 37 years, retired 3 years ago, lived in a small apartment in Decatur, spent his retirement reading, watching old movies, going to the library. Alone. Always alone. Do you have friends who can visit? I asked while adjusting his IV. A few, from work, but we weren't close. Just work friends. You know how it is. What about neighbors? I keep to myself mostly. Church? Clubs? Hobbies? Not really. I'm more of a solitary person. Solitary, another word for lonely. What about your daughter, Emily? His face changed, crumpled, like I'd hit him. Emily won't come. I know she won't. I don't deserve for her to come. Why do you say that? He was quiet for a long time. Then, because I destroyed her life, and she has every right to hate me. The way he said it, with such finality, such certainty, such pain. Mr. Carter, what happened between you and Emily? I can't talk about it. Not yet. Not until I can tell her first. She deserves to hear it from me, not from strangers. Okay, that's fair. But maybe we should try calling her again, letting her know you're here, that you're very sick. Patricia already called. 3 times. Emily knows. She's choosing not to come. Maybe she didn't get the messages. She got them. She's just not coming. And I understand. I really do. What I did, it's unforgivable. Unforgivable. That word hung in the air between us. Mr. Carter, there's very little that's truly unforgivable, especially between a parent and child. You don't know what I did. You're right. I don't. But I know you want to apologize. I know you want to make things right. And I know you're running out of time. So maybe we should try one more time to reach Emily. He looked at me with desperate eyes. Would you? Would you try? I don't want her to feel pressured. I don't want her to come out of obligation. But if you could just let her know I'm here. Let her know I'm dying. Let her know I need to tell her I'm sorry. I'll try. I promise. I called Emily Carter that evening, October 12th, 2018. 7:23 p.m. Used the contact information from Patricia's file. The phone rang 4 times, then voicemail. Hi, you've reached Emily Carter. I can't take your call right now. Please leave a message. Her voice was young, professional, clipped. Hi, Emily, this is Sharon Williams. I'm a nurse at St. Luke's Medical Center in Atlanta. I'm calling about your father, William Carter. He was admitted today with advanced pancreatic cancer. The doctors have given him 3 to 4 weeks to live. He's asking for you. He'd really like to see you if you're able to visit. You can reach me at this number anytime. Thank you. I left the hospital's main number and my extension. Hung up. Waited. She didn't call back that night, or the next morning, or the next afternoon. By October 14th, Sunday evening, 48 hours after my call, I tried again. Same voicemail, same message, slightly more urgent. Emily, this is Sharon Williams again from St. Luke's. Your father's condition is declining. He's asking for you every day. I know there's history between you, but he's dying. He really wants to see you. Please consider visiting, even for a few minutes. Thank you. Still no response. October 15th, Monday morning. Day 4 of William's admission. I walked into room 624 at 7:47 a.m. to start my shift. William was awake, staring at the door. Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? The question I would hear every single day for the next 2 weeks. Not yet, Mr. Carter, but I left her another message yesterday. I'm sure she'll call soon. Did you tell her I'm dying? Yes, I told her. And she still didn't call back? Not yet. He turned his face to the wall. I could see his shoulders shaking. He was crying, silently. The kind of crying that comes from deep inside, from a place of profound regret. Mr. Carter, can I ask you something? Okay. What happened 7 years ago? What did you do that hurt Emily so badly? He didn't answer for a long time. I thought maybe he wouldn't answer at all. Then, I chose my addiction over my daughter, and it cost her everything. Addiction. That word opened up 1,000 possibilities, all of them dark. What kind of addiction? Gambling. I was a gambling addict for 20 years. Started when Emily was 3. Online poker, sports betting, casino trips. I lost everything. Our house, our savings, Emily's college fund. Her mother left me when Emily was 10. Couldn't take it anymore. Took Emily with her. He paused, took a shaky breath. I got visitation every other weekend, and I tried. I really tried to be a good father during those weekends. But the gambling, it never stopped. I'd promise Emily we'd go to the movies, and then I'd drag her to the casino instead. Tell her to sit in the car while I went inside for just an hour. 3 hours later, she'd still be waiting. Oh, God. I missed her school plays because I was at poker games, forgot her birthday twice because I was too focused on online betting, borrowed money from her when she was 16, promised I'd pay her back, never did. My heart was breaking. For Emily. For the childhood she didn't have. She still gave me chances, even after everything, even after her mother told her she didn't have to see me anymore. Emily still came, still tried, still hoped I'd change. And then what happened? 7 years ago? His face crumpled again. Emily's wedding day, September 8th, 2011. She invited me, against her mother's advice, against her fiancé's wishes. She invited me because she still believed in me, still thought I could be the father she needed. He was crying harder now. I stole from her, on her wedding day. I stole $2,000 from her purse while she was getting her hair done. Money she'd saved for the honeymoon. I took it, went to an underground poker game, lost it all in 3 hours. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Emily found out, obviously. Her fiancé found out. Everyone found out. I ruined her wedding day, humiliated her in front of everyone she loved, proved once and for all that I would always choose gambling over her. What did she say? She said, "You're dead to me. Don't ever contact me again. I never want to see your face for the rest of my life." The words hung in the air. You're dead to me. And you haven't seen her since? No, I've tried. Called her a few times over the years. She blocked my number, sent letters. She returned them unopened. Showed up at her apartment once. She called the police. Did you ever get help for the gambling? Yes, finally. 2 years after the wedding, hit rock bottom. Gambled away my pension. Ended up homeless for 6 months. Slept in my car. That's when I finally got serious. Went to Gamblers Anonymous, got therapy, got clean. Haven't gambled in 5 years. 5 years. 5 years of sobriety, but 7 years of silence from his daughter. Have you tried telling Emily you got help? That you've been sober? I tried once, 3 years ago. Wrote her a long letter. Explained I was in recovery. Explained I'd changed. Asked if she'd be willing to meet for coffee, just once, just to let me apologize. What happened? She wrote back, 1 sentence. Too little, too late. Too little, too late. Mr. Carter, I'm so sorry. Don't be. She's right. It is too little, too late. I had 20 years to get help, 20 years to choose her over gambling. And I didn't. I chose cards over my daughter, money over memories, addiction over love. He looked at me with hollow eyes. And now I'm dying. And all I want in the entire world is 5 minutes with Emily. 5 minutes to tell her I'm sorry. 5 minutes to tell her I know I destroyed her childhood. 5 minutes to tell her she deserves better than me. 5 minutes to tell her I love her. Is Emily here yet? But she's not coming, she's never coming, and I'm going to die without ever getting to say those words. October 16th, Tuesday, day 5. William's condition was declining. Dr. Patel ran tests. Liver function deteriorating rapidly. Bilirubin levels dangerously high. Pain increasing. We're looking at 2 to 3 weeks now, Dr. Patel told William. Maybe less. I'm sorry. 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe less. That evening, I tried calling Emily again. 3rd message. Emily, this is Sharon Williams from St. Luke's. Your father's condition is getting worse. The doctors are saying he has 2 to 3 weeks left. I understand there's painful history between you. I understand you may not want to come, but I'm asking you to consider it, not for him, for you, so you don't have regrets later, so you don't wonder what if. Please call me back. I left my direct extension this time, my cell phone number, desperate measures. She didn't call. October 17th, Wednesday, day 6. Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? Not yet, Mr. Carter. He closed his eyes. She's not coming, is she? I don't know. Be honest with me, Sharon. You've been a nurse for 40 years. You've seen families. You've seen estrangements. Do you think she's coming? I looked at this dying man. This man who'd made terrible choices. This man who'd destroyed his relationship with his daughter. This man who desperately wanted forgiveness. Should I give him hope? Or prepare him for the reality that Emily might never show up? I don't know, I said honestly. Some wounds are very deep. What you did, stealing from her on her wedding day, that's profound betrayal. And 7 years isn't always enough time to heal that kind of hurt. So you think she won't come? I think it's possible she won't. And I think you need to prepare yourself for that possibility. His face crumpled. How do I die without telling her I'm sorry? Maybe you write her a letter, a final letter. Tell her everything you want to say. Even if she doesn't read it now, maybe someday she will. Oh, will you help me? I can barely hold a pen anymore. My hands shake too much. Of course, I'll help you. That afternoon, William dictated while I wrote. He spoke slowly, carefully, choosing each word like it might be his last, which, in a way, it was. Dear Emily, he began, I'm dying. The doctors say I have 2 weeks, maybe less. The cancer spread to my liver. There's nothing they can do. I know you haven't come to see me. I know you won't come. I understand. After what I did, after everything I did, you have every right to stay away. But I need to write this, even if you never read it, even if you throw it away. I need to say these words. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I chose gambling over you. I'm sorry I dragged you to casinos and made you wait in the car for hours while I fed my addiction. I'm sorry I missed your school plays and birthday parties and every important moment of your childhood. I'm sorry I borrowed money from you when you were 16. Money you'd saved from your first job. Money you needed. I'm sorry I promised to pay you back and never did. I'm sorry I humiliated you at your wedding. I'm sorry I stole your honeymoon money. I'm sorry I proved, once again, that I would always choose my addiction over your happiness. You said I was dead to you, and you were right. The father you deserved, the father you needed, he was dead. He'd been dead for years. Killed by gambling, killed by addiction, killed by selfishness. But Emily, I want you to know something. For the last 5 years, I've been sober. 5 years without gambling. 5 years in Gamblers Anonymous. 5 years of therapy. 5 years of trying to become the man I should have been when you were growing up. It's too late. I know that. I can't give you back your childhood. I can't undo the wedding day. I can't repay the money I stole or the trust I destroyed. But I can tell you the truth. And the truth is this: you deserved better. You deserved a father who showed up. A father who kept his promises. A father who loved you more than cards and dice and the rush of winning. You deserved better than me. And I'm sorry I wasn't better for you. I love you, Emily. I've always loved you. Even when I was deep in my addiction, even when I was making terrible choices, even when I was hurting you. I loved you. I just loved gambling more. And that's my shame. That's my failure. That's the thing I'll carry to my grave. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to come. I don't expect anything from you. You owe me nothing. But if someday, maybe years from now, you find it in your heart to forgive me, I want you to know you have every right not to. You have every right to hate me forever. You have every right to never forgive me. But if you do forgive me, do it for yourself, not for me. Because forgiveness isn't about the person who hurt you. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of that hurt. I'm dying without seeing your face one more time, without hearing your voice, without telling you in person how sorry I am. And that's my punishment. That's what I deserve. To die alone. To die without your forgiveness. To die knowing I destroyed the most important relationship in my life. I love you, Emily. I'm sorry. and goodbye. Your father, William Carter. By the time he finished, both of us were crying. I folded the letter carefully, put it in an envelope, wrote Emily's name on the front. I'll make sure she gets this, I promised. Even if she doesn't come? Even if she doesn't come. October 18th, Thursday, day 7. Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? Not yet, Mr. Carter. The hope in his eyes was dimming. Each day a little less, each day closer to acceptance that she wasn't coming. That afternoon, a woman showed up, small, late 50s, wearing a Gambler's Anonymous pin on her jacket. I'm looking for William Carter, room 624. Are you family? No, I'm Denise Patterson, William's sponsor from GA. We've been meeting weekly for 5 years. I heard he was hospitalized. Wanted to check on him. His sponsor. He's in 624. I'm sure he'd love to see you. I walked her to the room. William's face lit up when he saw her. Denise, you came. Of course I came, William. You think I'd let you go through this alone? She pulled up a chair, sat down, took his hand. How are you feeling? Terrible, dying, missing my daughter. Emily still hasn't come? No, and she won't. I know she won't. Denise looked at me. Has anyone been able to reach her? I've called multiple times, left messages. She hasn't responded. That's Emily. Stubborn, like her father. She squeezed William's hand. William, I need to tell you something. Something you need to hear. You ready? Okay. You can't control whether Emily forgives you. You can't control whether she shows up. You can't control her healing process. The only thing you can control is your own accountability. And you've done that. You got sober. You've stayed sober for 5 years. You've worked your program. You've made amends where you could. That's all you can do. But I haven't made amends with Emily. Because she won't let you. And that's her right. She's not obligated to accept your apology. She's not obligated to forgive you. She's not obligated to show up to your deathbed. But nothing. You hurt her, deeply, for 20 years. And she has chosen to protect herself by staying away. That's healthy. That's her taking care of herself. And you have to respect that. William was crying. I just want to tell her I'm sorry. I know. But wanting to apologize doesn't mean she has to listen. The amends process isn't about making you feel better. It's about acknowledging the harm you caused. You can do that without her being in the room. How? You live with it. You accept it. You die knowing you hurt someone you loved, and you never got to make it right. That's the consequence of your actions. That's your accountability. The room was silent, except for William's quiet crying. Denise looked at me. Has he written her a letter? Yes. Yesterday. I helped him. Good. That's all you can do, William. You put your truth on paper. You sent it to her. She can read it or not. Forgive you or not. Come see you or not. That's her choice. Your job is to accept whatever she decides. What if I die without her forgiveness? Then you die without her forgiveness. And that's hard. God, that's so hard. But it's the natural consequence of 20 years of choosing addiction over your daughter. Harsh, but true. William nodded slowly. You're right. You're absolutely right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. I don't deserve to see her. I don't deserve closure. It's not about deserving, William. It's about accepting reality. Emily isn't coming, and you need to make peace with that. October 19th, Friday, day 8. Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? But this time, there was less hope in his voice. More resignation. Not yet, Mr. Carter. She's not coming, is she? Denise was right. She's never coming. I don't know. There's still time. How much time? I looked at his chart, looked at his vitals, looked at his yellowing skin and sunken eyes. Maybe a week, maybe 10 days. That's not enough time for Emily to forgive me. That's not enough time for anything. October 20th, Saturday, day 9. William stopped asking. For the first time in 9 days, he didn't ask if Emily was there. He just lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, silent, grieving, not for his impending death, but for the daughter who wasn't coming. That afternoon, his ex-wife showed up, Judith Carter, late 50s. Tired eyes, carrying the weight of decades of dealing with an addict. I heard William was here, dying. Yes, room 624. I'm not sure I should see him, but I don't know. I felt like maybe I should. Are you Emily's mother? Yes? Finally, someone who might have answers. Can I ask you something? Have you talked to Emily about William being sick? Judith sighed. Yes, I called her the day William was admitted, told her. She said she didn't care. Said he was dead to her 7 years ago and he's dead to her now. Even knowing he's dying? Even knowing he's dying. Does she know he wants to apologize? She doesn't care what he wants. She's done. She's spent her entire life waiting for him to be the father she needed, waiting for him to choose her over gambling, waiting for him to keep just one promise. And he never did. Not once in 30 years. Judith's voice was hard, full of old anger, old pain. I told Emily she should come. Not for William, for herself. So she doesn't have regrets later. But she said she won't regret it. She said the only regret she has is wasting so much of her life hoping he'd change. Can I show you something? William wrote her a letter, a final letter, apologizing for everything. Maybe you could give it to her? Judith took the letter. Read it. I watched her face change as she read. Soften, then harden again. This is a good letter. It's honest. It's accountable. It's everything Emily needed to hear 20 years ago. But it's 20 years too late. You can't steal from your daughter on her wedding day and then expect a deathbed apology to fix it. That's not how this works. She folded the letter, handed it back to me. I'll give it to Emily, but I can't promise she'll read it, and I definitely can't promise she'll come. Will you try, please? William is dying. He has maybe a week left. All he wants is 5 minutes with her. What William wants stopped mattering to Emily a long time ago. When you destroy your child's trust for 3 decades, you don't get to demand forgiveness on your deathbed. Judith walked toward room 624. I followed. She stood in the doorway, looking at William. He was asleep, small, frail, dying. He looks terrible, she said quietly. Cancer is aggressive. Good. Maybe he'll finally feel a fraction of the pain he caused Emily. The bitterness in her voice. Decades old, still fresh. Mrs. Carter, I understand you're angry. Do you? Do you understand what it's like to watch your daughter cry because her father forgot her birthday? To watch her wait for hours in a casino parking lot because her father was too busy gambling to take her home? To watch her beg him not to steal her college fund and then watch him steal it anyway? No, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Emily is a good person despite William, not because of him. She built a good life. She has a good marriage. A good career. She's happy. And she did it all without him. She mourned the father she never had years ago. She's not interested in mourning him again now. Judith turned to leave, stopped. Tell William something for me. Tell him Emily is happy. Tell him she's successful. Tell him she built a beautiful life. And tell him he had nothing to do with it. She left. I stood there in the corridor, holding William's letter. And I thought, Emily is never coming. She's never, ever coming. October 21st, Sunday, day 10. William didn't ask if Emily was there, didn't ask about her at all, just lay in bed, eyes closed, pain medication keeping him sedated most of the time. When he was awake, he was silent. Denise came to visit again, sat with him for an hour, held his hand, prayed with him, told him he'd done good work in recovery, told him he should be proud of his 5 years of sobriety, told him his worth wasn't defined by Emily's forgiveness. He listened, nodded, didn't respond. October 22nd, Monday, day 11. I arrived from my shift at 7 a.m., walked to room 624. William was awake, staring at the door. And for the first time in 2 days, he asked, "Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet?" My heart broke. "No, Mr. Carter, she's not here." "Will she come today?" "I don't know." "What about tomorrow?" "I don't know." "What about before I die?" "I don't know." He turned his face away. "I'm going to die without seeing her, aren't I?" I couldn't lie anymore. Couldn't give him false hope. Couldn't pretend Emily might show up. "Yes," I said quietly. "I think you probably are." He made a sound, not quite a sob, not quite a moan. Something in between. The sound of a man realizing his daughter would never forgive him. The sound of a man accepting he'd lost her forever. The sound of a man dying twice. Once from cancer, once from regret. October 23rd, Tuesday, day 12. William's pain was getting worse. We increased the morphine. He was drifting in and out of consciousness, sometimes lucid, sometimes confused, sometimes calling for Emily like she was a child again. "Emmy, Emmy, where are you? Daddy's sorry. Daddy's so sorry." Emmy. His nickname for her when she was little, before the gambling destroyed everything. "Emmy, please come home. Please. I need to tell you something. I need to tell you I'm sorry." Morphine dreams. Morphine grief. Morphine regrets. October 24th, Wednesday, day 13. I tried calling Emily one more time. Desperate. "Emily, this is Sharon Williams from St. Luke's. I've called several times. Your father is dying. He has days left, maybe hours. I know you've chosen not to come. I respect that choice, but I'm calling one final time to let you know that if you want to say goodbye, it needs to be now, today, tomorrow at the latest. After that, it'll be too late." I hung up. Didn't expect a response. Didn't get one. October 25th, Thursday, day 14. William woke up at 2:47 p.m., more lucid than he'd been in days. "Sharon? I'm here, Mr. Carter." "Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet?" 14 days. Same question, same desperate hope. "No, she's not here." "Did you call her? Did you tell her I'm dying?" "Yes, many times." "And she didn't come?" "No." He closed his eyes. Tears leaked out from under his eyelids, rolled down his sunken cheeks. "I'm dying alone." "You're not alone. Denise is coming this evening. The hospice chaplain is here if you want to talk." "I'm here. You're not alone." "But Emily's not here, and she's the only one who matters." He opened his eyes, looked directly at me. "I'm being punished. For what I did. For who I was. This is my punishment. To die without my daughter's forgiveness." "Mr. Carter, no, it's okay. I understand. I accept it. This is what I deserve." He took a shaky breath. "But it hurts. God, it hurts. More than the cancer. More than anything. It hurts to know she hates me so much she won't even come say goodbye. I don't think she hates you. Yes, she does, and she should. I gave her every reason to hate me, and no reason to love me." He closed his eyes again. "I'm tired. So tired. Can I sleep now?" "Of course." He drifted off. I stood there watching him sleep. This man who'd made terrible choices. This man who'd destroyed his relationship with his daughter. This man who was dying alone. And I thought, is this justice? Is this what William deserves? To die without forgiveness? To die without seeing his daughter one more time? Part of me said yes. He hurt her for 30 years. He stole from her. He disappointed her. He chose addiction over love. He deserves this loneliness. But another part of me, the part that's been a nurse for 40 years and has seen so much death and so much regret, that part said, no one deserves to die alone. No one deserves to die without the chance to apologize. No one deserves to die without their child's forgiveness. But what I thought didn't matter. What Emily thought mattered. and Emily had made her choice. She wasn't coming. October 26th, Friday, day 15. William was barely conscious. The morphine was high now, keeping him comfortable, keeping him from drowning in pain. He woke briefly at 4:17 p.m., confused, disoriented. "Emmy? Is that you, Emmy?" "No, Mr. Carter. It's Sharon, your nurse." "Where's Emmy? I need to tell her. I need to tell her I'm sorry." "Emily's not here." "Why not? Did I do something wrong? Did I forget her birthday again?" Morphine confusion, time traveling, back to when Emily was young, back to the mistakes he made over and over. "It's okay, Mr. Carter. You can rest." "But Emmy, I need to tell Emmy." I know you do." He closed his eyes, mumbled something I couldn't understand. Then, "She's not coming, is she?" Clear, lucid, aware. "No, she's not coming. I'm going to die without telling her I'm sorry. You wrote her a letter. She'll read it someday. She'll know. It's not the same. I wanted to tell her, face to face. I wanted to look her in the eyes and say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything." I know. But I don't get that. I don't get closure. I don't get forgiveness. I just get this. Dying alone, without my daughter. He started crying, quietly. Morphine tears, regret tears, too late tears. I love her. I love her so much. And she'll never know. She'll die someday thinking I never loved her. But I did. I do. I just didn't know how to show it. I just didn't know how to choose her over my addiction. Mr. Carter, Emily knows you love her. Deep down, she knows. Does she? Because I never told her. Not once in 7 years. I never said the words. I never picked up the phone and said, Emily, I love you. I let the silence grow. And now it's too late. It's not too late. You can tell her. I'll make sure she gets your letter. I'll make sure she knows. A letter isn't the same. Words on paper aren't the same as looking someone in the eyes and saying, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He was right. It wasn't the same. But it was all he was going to get. Because Emily wasn't coming. Emily was never coming. October 27th, Saturday, day 16. Denise came at 9 a.m., sat with William. He was unconscious, breathing shallow, morphine drip running steady. How much longer? She asked me. Hours, maybe a day, not more. And Emily? Hasn't come. Won't come. Denise nodded, squeezed William's hand. William, I don't know if you can hear me, but I want you to know something. You did good work in recovery. 5 years sober is a miracle. You should be proud. And wherever you're going next, heaven, the universe, wherever, you can go knowing you tried. You tried to change. You tried to make amends. Emily won't accept them, and that's okay. That's her right. But you tried, and that matters. She kissed his forehead. Rest now. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to hope anymore. Emily's not coming, and it's time to let go. October 27th, Saturday evening, 6:43 p.m. William Carter died, peacefully, in his sleep, morphine easing him out. Denise was there. The hospice chaplain was there. I was there. Emily was not. His last words, spoken hours earlier in a moment of morphine clarity. Is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? And the answer, like it had been for 16 days. No, she's not here. He died waiting for his daughter. He died hoping she'd come. He died without her forgiveness. He died alone. Well, not technically alone, but alone in the way that mattered, without the one person he needed. The next day, October 28th, Sunday, I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I called Emily Carter one more time. Emily, this is Sharon Williams from St. Luke's. I'm calling to let you know your father passed away last night at 6:43 p.m. He died peacefully. I want you to know that he asked for you every single day. Up until his last conscious moment, He was asking if you were there. He wanted to apologize. He wanted to tell you he loved you. He wanted your forgiveness. I paused. I understand why you didn't come. I understand the hurt runs deep. But I thought you should know. Your father died wanting to make things right. He died hoping you'd give him one more chance. And he died without getting that chance. Another pause. He wrote you a letter. I have it. I'd like to mail it to you if you'll accept it. It's his apology, his final words to you. You don't have to read it, but it's yours if you want it. I left my number, hung up. 3 hours later, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? This is Emily Carter. Finally. Finally, after 16 days, I was hearing Emily's voice. Emily, thank you for calling back. You said my father died. Yes, last night. Silence, then. Good. The word was cold, final, without emotion. Emily, I know you're angry. I'm not angry. I'm relieved. I'm relieved I never have to worry about him showing up at my house again. I'm relieved I never have to screen phone calls wondering if it's him. I'm relieved I never have to explain to people why I don't talk to my father. He wanted to apologize. So what? He had 30 years to apologize. He had 30 years to get sober. He had 30 years to choose me over gambling, and he didn't. He chose to be an addict, and now he's dead. And I don't feel anything. You wrote the letter? Yes. He dictated it. I wrote it down. I don't want it. Emily. I don't want his apology. I don't want his deathbed letter. I don't want anything from him. He's dead. It's over. I can finally move on. Emily, I've been a nurse for 40 years. I've seen a lot of death, a lot of estranged families. And I can tell you this. The people who refuse to forgive, who refuse to say goodbye, who refuse to give their dying parents one last chance, they're the ones who struggle the most with guilt later. I won't feel guilty. I have nothing to feel guilty about. I'm not the one who stole from my daughter on her wedding day. No, you're not. But you're the one who refused to let your father apologize. You're the one who wouldn't give him 5 minutes. You're the one who let him die without your forgiveness. He didn't deserve my forgiveness. There it was. The anger, the hurt, the pain, all of it pouring out. Maybe not. Maybe he didn't deserve your forgiveness. But did he deserve to die alone? Did he deserve to die waiting for you? Did he deserve to spend his last 16 days asking if you were there? Yes, yes, he did. He deserved all of that and more. Do you know what he did to me? Do you know what it's like to be a child and watch your father choose cards over you? To wait in a parking lot for hours because your father can't leave the poker table? To save money for college and watch him steal it to feed his addiction? She was crying now, really crying. Do you know what it's like to invite your father to your wedding, against everyone's advice, and then have him steal from you on the happiest day of your life? Do you know what that does to a person? No, I don't. I'm sorry. You should be sorry. Sorry for judging me. Sorry for calling me and telling me I should have come. Sorry for making me feel like I'm the bad person here. I'm not trying to make you feel like the bad person. Yes, you are. You called me to tell me my father died asking for me. You called me to tell me he wanted to apologize. You called me to make me feel guilty. Well, guess what? I don't feel guilty. I feel free. I feel like I can finally breathe. I feel like the weight I've been carrying for 30 years just lifted. Okay, I hear you. Do you? Because it sounds like you think I should have forgiven him. Like I should have gone to his deathbed and held his hand and told him everything was okay. But everything wasn't okay. He destroyed my childhood. He humiliated me at my wedding. He stole from me. And no amount of I'm sorry makes that okay. You're right. It doesn't make it okay. Then why are you calling me? Because I watched your father die. And it was sad. Really sad. Not because he was dying from cancer, but because he died without the one thing he wanted. You. That's not my responsibility. You're right, it's not. But Emily, can I tell you something? Not as a nurse, as someone who's seen a lot of death, a lot of regret, a lot of people saying, I wish I had. What? Your father was an addict. He did terrible things. He hurt you deeply. And you had every right to cut him off. Every right to refuse to see him. But he got sober. 5 years sober. He went to Gamblers Anonymous. He went to therapy. He tried to change. Too little, too late. Maybe. But he tried. And that's something. And by refusing to see him, by refusing to let him apologize, you're ensuring that you'll never have closure either. You'll never know what he would have said. You'll never hear the apology you deserved. You'll just have this anger, forever. I'm fine with that. Are you? Because you don't sound fine. You sound hurt, and angry, and sad, and like you're carrying a lot of unresolved pain. Silence. Long silence. Then, send me the letter. What? The letter he wrote. Send it to me. I won't promise to read it, but send it. Okay, I will. And Sharon? Yes? Don't call me again. She hung up. I mailed the letter that afternoon, addressed to Emily Carter. Her father's final words, his apology, his love, his regret. All of it in 3 pages. 3 pages that might never be read. But at least I tried. At least I gave her the option. 3 months later. January 2019. I got a letter. Return address, Emily Carter. I opened it. Inside was a handwritten note. Sharon, I read my father's letter. It took me 2 months to open it, but I read it. You were right. He was sorry. Really sorry. And reading his words, seeing his accountability, his understanding of how deeply he hurt me, it helped. Not to forgive him, but to understand him. I'll never forgive him. He stole too much from me. My childhood, my trust, my wedding day. Those things can't be given back with an apology. But I understand he was sick. Addiction is a disease. And he was sick for most of my life. That doesn't excuse what he did, but it explains it. I'm glad he got sober. I'm glad he tried to change. I'm glad he died knowing he'd had 5 years of sobriety. I'm not glad I didn't see him. But I'm also not sorry. I protected myself. And that's what I needed to do. Thank you for taking care of him. Thank you for writing down his words. Thank you for making sure I got his letter. I hope he died peacefully. And I hope you know that sometimes the kindest thing we can do for someone is tell them the truth, that some hurts are too deep to heal. Emily. I folded the letter, put it in my desk drawer, and thought about William Carter, about his 16 days of waiting, about his 16 days of hoping, about his 16 days of asking, is Emily here yet? Is Emily here yet? And the answer was always no. She never came. Not once. Not even to say goodbye. I've been a nurse for 40 years. I've seen a lot of deathbed reconciliations, a lot of last-minute forgiveness, a lot of families coming together at the end. But I've also seen the opposite. I've seen children refuse to visit their dying parents. I've seen parents die alone waiting for forgiveness that never comes. I've seen the pain on both sides. The parent who wants to apologize, the child who can't forgive. And I've learned something important. Sometimes the apology comes too late. Sometimes the hurt is too deep. Sometimes people die without forgiveness, and that's tragic. But it's also a natural consequence of how we live our lives. William Carter wanted to apologize to his daughter, but she never came. She never came because he'd spent 30 years teaching her that he couldn't be trusted. He'd spent 30 years choosing addiction over her. He'd spent 30 years breaking promises and missing moments and stealing from her. And 5 years of sobriety, 5 years of change, wasn't enough to undo 30 years of damage. Emily had every right not to come, every right to protect herself, every right to refuse forgiveness. William wanted to apologize, but wanting to apologize doesn't mean the other person has to listen. Wanting forgiveness doesn't mean you deserve it. Wanting closure doesn't mean you get it. Sometimes you die without it. Sometimes you die waiting. Sometimes you die asking, "Is Emily here yet?" And the answer is always no. If you're listening to this story and you've hurt someone you love, hear me clearly. Don't wait. Don't wait until you're dying to apologize. Don't wait until it's too late to make things right. Don't wait until the other person has built walls so high you can't climb them. Apologize now. Change now. Show them now that they matter more than whatever you chose over them. Because if you wait, if you think you'll have time later, if you think they'll always give you another chance, you might find yourself dying alone. Asking, "Is Emily here yet?" and hearing, "No, she's not coming," over and over for 16 days. Until you die without the forgiveness you desperately wanted. And if you're on the other side, if you're the one who was hurt, the one who's holding on to anger, the one who's refusing to forgive, I'm not going to tell you that you have to forgive. You don't. Some hurts are too deep. Some betrayals are too profound. Some people don't deserve forgiveness. But I will tell you this. Make sure you can live with your choice. Make sure that when the person who hurt you dies, you won't have regrets. Make sure you're refusing to forgive because it's what you need, not because you're punishing them. Because punishment dies with them, but regret lives with you. William Carter died without his daughter's forgiveness. Emily Carter lives without her father. Both of them got what they chose. William chose gambling over Emily for 30 years. Emily chose protection over forgiveness. Both choices were understandable. Both choices had consequences. And neither of them got closure. William died waiting. Emily lives with the knowledge that she let her father die alone. Neither one won. Because when hurt runs this deep, nobody wins. Everybody just loses in different ways. Did you like my story? And which city are you listening from? Let's meet in the comments. If you like the story, you can support me by sending a super thanks so I can keep bringing more stories like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm looking forward to your comments on the story. On the screen, you can see 2 new life stories that I highly recommend. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect.